Welcome back to Xenonauts. Last time the aliens started playing hardball, making it hard for us to take one of their UFOs, but we got it in the end. We went on to capture one of their bases in a very successful mission that surprisingly actually didn't have much effect on anything. Nothing happened after that, so we just continued on. We've got another couple of missions set up, and I've just accidentally sent Charlie 3 into a night battle, so we're just going to fight it and see how it goes. At the start, there was an alien standing just outside the chopper with a civilian next to him. I decided to get barely functional to just open fire anyway. We suppressed the civilian and the alien, getting some damage on the alien as well. Then I sent Sit-in Duck to just go and smash the alien with the old stun stick. That brings it down. Could be more targets nearby, but we can't see them because it's nighttime, so we'll have to be careful and gradually advance, looking around and using flares to light up bits of the map that are far away. We quickly discover another alien off to our left flank outside of the door of the UFO, so I'm going to set up over there with Gunner Carry Squad ready to do something about that if the opportunity arises. Once everybody's out the chopper, that guy on the left actually starts firing at us. It must have moved right up to the fence there to get partial line of sight. Then, a shot from somewhere just suddenly kills Thin-Skin Thora. This is the downside to fighting at night. The aliens can actually be in front of you and you can't see them because your line of sight is halved and theirs isn't. So there's someone probably around that building down there that can see us. We can't see them though, we'll have to reposition. First though, that alien off to our left is easy prey for Gunner Carry Squad because he had to be up against that fence to have shot us basically, so I knew he was going to be there. I moved everyone to make sure they had cover facing to the south, but another alien appears on our left, firing into the flank of two of our troops, a shield bearer and a gunner. Both of them are suppressed, but more importantly, the gunner gets to kills, panics, so he can't move, meaning he's stuck in the alien line of sight. I thought that would be fine at first because I figured I could move Gunner Carry Squad to where he is now from where he'd be able to shoot the alien, but there was a wall inside this building, so we can't do that actually. I started moving everyone else away to get out of the alien line of sight, but Gets to Kills has to be left behind here. I probably could have put some smoke down to protect him, but for whatever reason I didn't think of that. I think I wanted to use all of my points moving people away since we could be shot from either the west or the south here. And, as we saw, Gets to Kills was lost as a result of that. We also discovered another alien that must have been sitting just in front of where the chopper landed. I guess the pilot didn't tell us about this guy, because those chain link fences are impassable, so he must have been in this corner if he's there now. Anyway, we're going to run at it with Sit-in Duck and do a stun stick attack, and that's enough to bring it down. But overall, this has been a terrible start to the mission. 2 casualties and we barely know where the enemy even are. At least Gunner Carry Squad in the next turn had the points to burst through the door and deal with the alien that was shooting at us. So that's 2 for Gunner and 2 for Sit-in Duck so far in this mission. Looks like they're jointly going to be carrying this squad. I moved everyone into this workshop to hide, but it wasn't good enough. A shot came in from somewhere and hit Gunner Carry Squad. There's actually an alien hiding in this window who we can't see, even really close. He can see us enough to shoot, but yes, we didn't spot him. Anyway, in this case, Gunner Carry Squad can put a shotgun through the window and take that guy down. After that, we didn't see any more aliens until we got to the UFO itself, which was on the left-hand side of the map in the corner. While I was setting up, the alien that must have killed Thora Thin-Skin reappears in an alleyway and takes a shot, not doing any damage there. I shot back using McScope. I probably could have shot again, but I didn't want to risk not killing the alien and then getting shot back in the alien turn. So I'm going to hide everyone out of line of sight and just wait at the end of the alleyway, because it's either going to come towards us or we'll go down the alleyway next turn and look for it. We're also going to get rid of the door on the UFO here, just moving my shield bearer out of the way because I want no risks. There we go, the door's open, no alien seen in the doorway itself, so that's nice. Now that alien in the alley pulls a classic trick through 2 walls and a bin, getting a hit on Bad Sniper. We can of course shoot back and take him down easily enough. McScope gets a hit from around the corner and Bad Sniper's going to do the same thing. I think in this case it's okay that I would have line of sight there because I can lean around the corner and fire, but the alien, since it was more than one turn away from the corner, shouldn't have been able to lean around the corner and see me, which I think is what it was interpreting that line of sight as in some way. Not quite sure, seemed like it was a little bit unfair. An alien appears from the UFO, it fires, not doing any damage. We got some reaction fire on it, but not enough to bring it down. But now it's standing awkwardly there in front of us. I could attack with Gunner Carry Squad, but he's done a lot this mission, so now I'm going to get Fake Eyes Fritz to do something. Goes in with the stick and stuns the alien. No more aliens in the corridor, so I just set up around it, and then in the next turn went inside to take a look. We discover an alien on the left. I thought that's fine, I can get Gunner to go and shoot it. But then I discovered another alien right next to Sit in Duck there. It was another case where your guys don't have peripheral awareness. They can't see the tiles to their left and right, so Sit in Duck didn't discover the alien. I accidentally shot it with Gunner there. I wanted to hit with Sitten and then go and have Gunner kill the other alien. It failed due to a misclick, but it all worked out in the end because I ran away and the alien I did see started coming down the corridor chasing me, but I had snipers outside the door, so we just rained some shots into the corridor, killing one alien. Another one appeared in the door in the next turn and we went in and gave it a whack, and that brought a nice smooth end to the mission. So that mission went quite well, especially for a night mission, except for the first 2 or 3 turns, which went really badly. I think maybe if it had been a day mission, the extra line of sight and our knowledge of where the aliens were might have made that go a little bit better. We're going right now into another mission because Charlie 1 was also attacking a UFO at about the same time, somewhere near Concrete. There were 2 civilians and an alien just outside the chopper. Buckshot went out to deal with the alien, hoping to save these civilians. And I am making a dangerous move here, sending her out on her own. There could have been more aliens on the flanks as I moved up there, but luckily there weren't. There was an alien to our left flank overall, just standing in the road, and Useless makes herself useful with a very good stun grenade throw that puts a cloud of gas around the alien. Now it won't be able to move without getting stunned. We also discovered an alien to the right of the helicopter as well. They did have us very broadly outflanked, it seems. I was a bit worried by this guy until I realised I can use Boehm Headshot from the chopper to fire our new precision laser, I think it's called, a laser sniper rifle basically. It's really powerful and has really long range. There's nothing bad about this weapon as far as I can tell, perhaps its low ammunition capacity, so hopefully we'll get a few more of those and use them more. Probably would have had some already if I wasn't subject to all of the problems mentioned with actually building things and assigning engineers. Anyway, a drone appeared and shot the civilian in front of Betty Buckshot. I think that alien at the end of the road helped as well. So Betty was lucky not to get hit by anything there. Better the civilian than her. We'll get out of the way. I didn't get a chance to fire this turn. I was just taking cover. Then the drone fired again. We can't see it, but we can tell it's a drone from the type of fire we're taking. It's annoying that it can see us, but we can't see it. Another one of these situations where it's just somehow firing at us from somewhere. We know it's probably behind that hedge. I wasn't going to move up though because I didn't want to be outflanked. Wanted to stay where I was and try and deal with that alien from a distance. Boehm gets another hit with the precision laser, not enough damage to kill this time. I do have the gunners just to his right though, so they can try and pick up the slack. High Cal gets a pretty bad volley. Every bullet missed. We suppressed the alien, but that doesn't really matter. Then Ray and Prey with her super high accuracy and strength finally gets a hit. You need both accuracy and strength to be high with a gun. I think it takes the lowest of those 2 stats to calculate accuracy. Now I moved down the road to our left and eventually discovered the drone again hanging about in the next field. And once again, Ray and Bray is going to be very useful for us, moving and shooting in the same turn, which is difficult for a gunner to do, and bringing down the drone. I moved the squad into this next field and investigated the barn, discovering an alien inside. Barrel Scrape went in with a stick to deal with that situation and it all went fine. I set up in front of the door, not destroying the door this time, because I liked the idea of capturing the door effectively so we can control line of sight by opening and closing it. In this case we get an ideal scenario. 2 aliens inside the corridor, we unload with Hillary Highcal and kill both with a nice burst of machine gun fire. After that, no one else came out into the corridor. so I had to go inside the UFO in the end, and I discovered an officer hiding in the corner. Barrel Scrape goes in for the whack, but takes some reaction fire. He loses his shield and some health, but a second whack is available, and that brings the officer down and brings the mission to a close. No casualties, a few wounds, overall an okay-ish standard mission for Charlie 1. Now right after that there was more work for Charlie 1 on the cards because another UFO was nearby. Concrete, the Foxtrots went out, and really we're not paying any attention to those fights anymore. I just put them on max speed and give no orders and you win, as it turns out. Don't need to worry about them at all. But now we're going to switch over to Charlie 2. They were also on their way to a mission at the start of this episode, and they finally arrive. The only problem was it looked like we were sort of on the cusp of nightfall, so I just did a little gamble, went in to see is it going to be night, and it turned out it was day, so that was good. In we go for an Arctic mission, and the alien UFO is right in front of the helicopter, meaning we have the chance to potentially end the mission quickly and with lower risk by going right in. I didn't see any hostiles on the way there, so I went over and opened the door, and now 3 lizardmen are in front of us, and Miet Shield's in trouble here because I didn't actually have enough movement points to do this. I was premature. I can't really close the door because the alien right in front of me will open the door and shoot me in the face, and I also can't run away. So now we need to get tricky. I ran away as far as I could, and then I threw a stun grenade over these trees so that its area of effect will hit just the alien in the door and not me at shield, and due to luck, it actually landing in the middle of the area where I told them to throw it. That works, the alien starts to be stunned. I then started moving around to the right with some other squad members, and finally, some friendly fire in our favour. An alien at the back shoots the alien in the door, and now he's turning around, not facing us, which will probably make reaction fire less likely. Then another good throw gets a flashbang into the door. The flashbang actually finishes off stun-wise the alien in the door, since they do some stunning damage, and potentially it suppressed another alien. That was what I was hoping, but I think its area of effect is actually very low for a flash thing. The alien inside starts firing but doesn't achieve anything in its turn, and the other alien appears to run away, and it looks like there might be another alien as well back there, so there could still be 3 aliens in the UFO, but the situation with me at shield went much better than I thought it would when I first saw it. So looking into the room, we can see 1 alien and a lot of stun gas. We don't want to go in because the stun gas will stun us, meaning we're just going to sit around and wait for it to wear off. But while we do that, an alien appears to our north, and friend fire unloads on it, hitting G-Mobile, taking off half of his health, and then the alien just runs away again. G-Mobile is now bleeding, so someone has to heal him up. That is not nice. So it looks like we're going to be flank attacked, and I moved Barrier Bill, our new shield bearer, to go and try to find this guy, and discovered another alien over there as well. This is dangerous then. We could have aliens bursting out of the door of the UFO, or coming across the open ground to our north and east to attack us. I decided to split the party in 2. I left 3 guys watching the door, 2 with shotguns, so if anyone opens the door they hopefully will immediately just get shot in the face, while the rest of the squad tries to deal with the guys out in the open. It didn't really go to plan. The alien that caused the friendly fire from earlier comes in again, inspires G-Mobile to follow friend fire's example. G-Mobile unloads half a belt into the back of Barrier Bill and kills him. Maybe actually got some damage onto the enemy alien as well, although not enough to really do much because it will be regenerating health every turn. And then another alien's on our flank to the right. So this is a very bad situation. It's up to McScope here to try and save us, because if he can take out the alien over to our right, I can use friend fire to kill the alien to our north, and the immediate threat will go away. We get a hit but not a kill, but I realise I can also fire this turn with Roger Ranger, because even though he had to spend time units getting his gun out after having been healing G-Mobile's bleeding, we did have enough points left to take a shot, killing the alien, but getting a whole load of reaction fire onto us as well. Luckily it doesn't do any damage. So now friend fire can finish off our turn by killing that alien. That's the hostiles down, but Barrier Bill is down as well, and both of our gunners are very guilty right now. Another alien appeared up there, and friend fire was able to get some suppression and damage with a quick burst, and then Roger Ranger can get a nice clear snipe to finish the job. Now, I figured the coast was clear up there now because we'd seen there were 2 aliens over there previously and we've killed 2 over there. So now I'm going to focus back on the UFO. I open the door and not much is going on in there. There's an alien in the corner who I actually didn't see until after I'd ran Miet's shield into the middle of the room. So now I'd kind of committed to this. I needed to go take it out with the 2 shotgunners in the door. The problem is Miss Target and Deadman Welkin are both new guys and they're not very good. So we're going to have to just do what we can with them. Deadman Welkin gets some damage, but takes a whole load of damage in return to reaction fire. He could have died from that shot, so that was lucky that he's actually still alive. Mr. Get needed to finish the job, and he is able to do it. I moved most of the squad into the UFO after that, but leaving Roger and Friendfire outside since they didn't have any points left. And then that happened. An alien just appeared right in front of us and blasted Roger and easily got the kill. It must have been walking just behind those trees to our right, and trees are completely impassable, and there's no... oh, impassable and you can't see through it, I should say. And there's no sound mechanics, so you can't hear them coming towards you or anything. So they just kind of appear, and we're screwed. Friendfire has no ammunition, so he just has to run for it. He does escape successfully. So now we're all in the UFO, and we're going to set up facing both doors, since we're expecting aliens through both. The interior door opens right away and an alien shoots at Miet's shield's shield, but doesn't do any damage, to us at least. Now we can open the door and whack with the stun stick to get a nice easy stun. I was pretty sure there was another alien in there because I'd counted 3 inside earlier on, and indeed, there it is, another whack. Does the job. So we've captured the UFO, just the alien outside to deal with. We've got the squad now facing the door, ready for its arrival, but when it comes in it still gets the first shot, doing a little bit of damage, then being killed by the reaction fire. Had hoped that would happen immediately as it opened the door, but whatever. So that's the end of the mission. 2 casualties, both losses which were very ish. They just kind of happened with no warning, and it felt like things should have gone differently. If only we had a little bit more control and information about what was going on, which isn't completely unreasonable. Anyway, that was the end of that. Next up, Charlie 1 has another mission to go on. Just need to wait for nightfall to go away, and then we're going to hit the corvette we downed earlier in this part. On the other side of a wall from where we land, we discover our first contact. It's a civilian. I thought I'd move Verfenau up to this train car to have a nice position from which to fire, but then we discovered another alien in the corner here who happens to have a perfect line of sight on just that one position. So now we can't stand there, I'm going to have to fall back. Thought I might try some stun grenade antics. I had Useless throw one over the wall, hoping to potentially hit that civilian, but she kind of somehow threw it into the train car and barely any of the gas went anywhere. Not really sure what happened there. I think I wasn't even throwing it at the right place either, come to think of it. I also got Big Iron to throw a stun grenade vaguely over to the left, so that the civilian who was in the corner would run forward into it. That was the theory. Since those guys' AI is supposed to be they just charge at you, if we just cover everything in stun gas, they might charge through and stun themselves. It doesn't work like that though. It actually just fires at our 3 guys there by the wall and they all get suppressed, no damage at least. Now I dithered around for some time, not really sure how to advance from this situation, kept taking fire but no damage, luckily, and in the end the solution seemed obvious. It was just to use Betty Buckshot, the solution to any problem that Charlie 1 encounters. I moved her to the left side of the map where she can just sprint up to that hidden alien and take him out. Betty has absolutely ridiculous time units, meaning she can make big runs and then still take 1 or 2 shots at the end, so she's a real killing machine as a result. Then we needed to pursue the alien to the north that we had seen first. Verfenau spotted it in this building. I could see it through this window from the train car, so I moved up to the window thinking we'll shoot through for good accuracy, but now we actually can't see it anymore. It seems that your weapon line of sight takes leaning around cover into account, but your visual line of sight, your eyes line of sight, doesn't. So now we don't know that the alien's there. In this case, we still have Betty Buckshot, so I'm not sure why I'm even bothering to move other characters. We'll just put her into the room so you can run up, run through the room, get really close, and get the kill with the laser shotgun, and that's the end of that. Now while that was happening, I had some other guys scouting over to the right side of the helicopter looking for aliens and not finding anything so far. Then a Reaper zombie appeared right in front of Big Iron. He kills it, creating a new Reaper. We also see some civilians dancing around in the door of the UFO that's just to the north of the building that Buckshot just took. As for the Reaper, not going to be a problem because Big Iron's right here with loads of time units, so we'll just unload some Buckshot and there we go. After that though, there were more targets in the area as it turned out. We end the turn. A civilian in the UFO door starts firing at Betty, but seems like it can't really see her, it's just missing all the time. And then a Reaper zombie starts coming down the road from the right. Useless actually shot Big Iron there, but it didn't do any damage thanks to the armor, so her weapon is just terrible. That's good to know. Anyway, now that there's a zombie over there, I'm just going to do nothing, since it's best for it to just walk at us and then we'll kill it later. We don't want to kill it when it's far away because it will turn into a fast and powerful Reaper. We'll kill it when it's so close that killing the Reaper as well will be easy, if you know what I mean there. Now back over to this building, I'd put Trigger down on the second floor, able to fire down onto the door of the UFO, or apparently not. I actually gave the order there to shoot above the door because I had the camera on the second height level and forgot about that, so that was a waste of time, but it was a lesson learned. An alien comes outside and we get to watch Xenonauts shooting everything except the alien. There's another alien still dancing in the door, so we'll keep that in mind for later. Another Reaper zombie is spotted on the other side of the wall from our squad on the right side of the map, and the Reaper zombie we saw earlier walks a bit closer to us, so that's more like it. As for the alien that came outside the UFO, now Trigger Down can use her nice position to spray some bullets down, getting some damage and suppression. Now Boom Headshot, who's down the road in a bus shelter, can go for a headshot with his precision laser, and down goes the alien. With that sorted, I'm free to use Hillary Highcal, who was just sitting awkwardly on this junction, to turn to the right and fire on the new Reaper zombie that we saw. We don't kill the Reaper at the same time, unfortunately, and we actually discover another Reaper is standing there. So 2 Reapers are coming in, and it could be 3, but in this case we managed to avoid fighting the 3rd Reaper, because it seems that if you stun the Reaper zombie using the stun stick, it doesn't create a new Reaper, it just explodes for whatever reason, so that's good. Now those Reapers start charging, and they can charge pretty far. I think though they must need some time units to attack, because they actually charged past where Boom Headshot was standing, so if their attack had been free they would have been able to make it, so it must have tried to put them into cover using the last of its time units rather than attacking. Now they're quite close to us, so we may be able to get the attacks that we need onto them. First, Boom needs to get out of the way because he's blocking Hillary's line of sight onto the Reaper next to him. He walks across the road, Hillary opens fire, and we get the kill there. Now there's that Reaper in the door to the warehouse. I thought I could use Useless to fire across the road, but even just firing across the road is too much for her. Her accuracy is very low, so I thought we won't even bother firing. We'll use Big Iron instead. He misses at really close range. That was unexpected. Luckily, a second shot was available, and this one kills the Reaper. So that whole situation has now been resolved. We go back to focusing on the UFO. The dancing guy in the door finally gets killed because Xenonauts has enough of it and just shoots him while he's opening the door and dancing around and then closing it again, his little routine. So that went well. Then we set up ready to go inside, and another alien appeared behind us, behind Big Iron, beside the door to the UFO. That's pretty dangerous. I didn't bother clearing that building because I thought there was nothing there. I figured if it had been there it would have came out while I was nearby. In this case, we aren't punished for that lack of diligence because the alien didn't do anything and Big Iron just went over and took it down. Then we go inside the UFO, and Betty discovers the UFO right next to her again, bad peripheral vision. I could tell that it was there because when trying to move to the right side of the UFO, the open tile was counting as impassable, so clearly there had to be something there. In the next turn we also discovered another alien behind this door, easily killed it again with Betty. So we've taken the UFO now. There were more aliens somewhere on the map, apparently, but we didn't find them and I couldn't be bothered to go out and discover them. We're just going to sit here until we automatically win. That's the end of the mission. I think we didn't take any damage. I already can't remember. Those 2 wounds there, I believe, were already there from previous missions, so it might have been a perfect engagement, apart from not killing one of the aliens. But anyway, good stuff from Charlie 1. They'll be back in action next time when we attack another alien base.